Okay, we'll continue the carbon and compounds chapter. First, we are going to study about the naming of alcohols. So, CH3OH. So, how many carbons are there? One carbon. So, one carbon means it is neat. Okay, single bond is there. So, single bond means it is ane. But for alcohol group, OH group is alcohol group. For alcohol group, what is the suffix? OL. Okay, so instead of this E, you should write OL. So what is the name? Methanol. So the next one, CH3, CH2OH. How many carbons are there? Two carbons. So two carbons means it is eth. Single bond means it is ane. But for alcohol group, you have to add OL. So the name is ethanol. Okay. Suppose if you get the compound like this. Okay. Suppose if you get the compound like this, how many carbons are there? 3 carbons. So 3 carbons means it is pro. Okay. Single bond is present. Single bond means it is ane. But alcohol group is present. So you have to add the suffix OL. But the alcohol group is in the branch. So you have to mention the position of the branch. So for that you have to number from this side and number from this side. If you number from this side also, the branch is getting number 2 only. If you number from this side also, the branch is getting the number 2 only. So 2 will be the position. So the name is propan 2-ol. Okay. Suppose if it is like this, CH3, CH2, CH, CH3OH. Suppose if it is like this. Okay, so how many carbons are there? 4 carbons. So 4 carbons means it is bute. Single bond is there. So it is ane. Alcohol group is present. So OL. But the alcohol group, it is in the branch. So you have to mention the position of the branch. So for that you have to number from this side and you have to number from this side. If you number from this side, the alcohol group is getting the number 3. If you number from this side, it is getting the number 2. Always you should choose the least number. So it is butan 2-ol. Okay. Suppose if I get the alcohol like this. Suppose if I get the alcohol like this. How many carbons are there? 4 carbons. So 4 carbons means it is bute. Okay, single bond. So ane. Okay. So alcohol group is in the branch. But how many alcohol groups are there? 2 alcohol groups. So 2 alcohol groups means diol. 3 alcohol groups means triol. Okay, like that you have to write. So for both these alcohol groups, you have to write the position now. So number from this side and number from this side. If you number from this side, this is getting number 2, this is getting number 3. If you number from this side, this is getting number 2 and this is getting number 3. So both the side it is only 2, 3. So butan 2, 3 diol is the name of this compound. Okay. So understood how to name the alcohols? So next we will go to aldehydes naming. Aldehydes. Okay. So aldehyde means what group will be there? CHO group. So CHO group, already in the aldehyde group itself one carbon is present. So while counting the carbons, you have to count this carbon also. Okay. Suppose if I take HCHO, what will be the name? For aldehyde group, what is the suffix? For aldehyde group, the suffix is AL. Okay, al. So how many carbons are there in this? 1. So 1 carbon means it is neat. Single bond is present. So ane. but aldehyde group is present. So instead of this E, what suffix we should add? Al. So what is the name of this aldehyde? Methanol. So other name for methanol is formaldehyde. Other name for methanol is formaldehyde. So the next one is CH3CHO. Okay, so how many carbons are there? 2 carbons. So 2 carbons means it is eth. Single bond means it is ane, but aldehyde group is there, so you have to add Al. So the name is ethanol. Okay, so similarly, if they give the name and if they ask the structure, if they ask what is the structure for propanol, how will you write? So probe means first you should put 3 carbons. Okay, ane means what? Single bond. Al means what? Aldehyde group. So 1 carbon will change into aldehyde group CHO. So the remaining you have to fill hydrogens. So here how many hydrogens will come? This carbon is having only 1 bond. So 3 hydrogens will come. This carbon is having 2 bonds. So remaining 2 hydrogens will come. Similarly for butanol also you should be able to write. Butanol, but means 4 carbons. Okay. So ane means it is single bond. Al means aldehyde group. Aldehyde group means 1 carbon will become aldehyde. So remaining fill it with hydrogen. So what you will get? See here 3 hydrogens. Here how many hydrogens will come? 2 hydrogens. Here also 2 hydrogens. So this is butanol. So understood aldehyde naming. So now we will go to the naming of the ketones. While writing ketones itself, I told you the ketone group will always occur in the middle of the compound. So it is CO group. CO means what? C double bond O group. So what is the suffix we have to write for ketone? ONE. This is the suffix for ketone. Okay, ONE. Okay, it is always occurring in the middle of the compound. So which and all ketone it is not possible? There are 2 ketones which are not at all possible. What are the ketones? There is no ketone called as methanol and there is no ketone called as ethanol. Ketone always starts only from propanone. Ketone only starts from propanone. So this propanone it is called as the simplest ketone. The propanone is called as the simplest ketone. The other name for propanone is acetone. The other name for propanone is acetone. It is used in your nail polish remover. Okay, and all those things. Okay. So CH3CO CH3. Okay. So how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3. So in ketone group also there is 1 carbon. So while naming you have to count that carbon also. Okay. So 3 carbons. So 3 carbons means it is pro. Single bond is there. So single bond means it is A. But CO group is ketone group. So instead of this E, what I should write? O. So what is the name of this compound? Propanone. Okay. So only for propanone you need not put the numbering. Okay. But for butanone and all you have to put the numbering. Suppose if I get like this CH3, CH2, CO, CH3. Like this if I get. Okay. So how many carbons are there in this ketone? 4. 4 carbons means it is but. Okay, all are single bonds. Single bond means it is ane. But ketone group is present, so we will write the suffix -one. Okay, now you have to mention the position of the ketone group. Okay, So for that, I am going to number from this side and I am going to number from this side. So when I number from this side, the ketone group is in third position. When I number from this side, the ketone group is in second position. So you should take the least number, butane 2-one, or you can also write it as 2-butanone. This 2 you can write it in the front also, 2-butanone. Okay. So ketone group alone, even though the group is not coming in the branch, we have to mention the position. Understood? Even though if it is not coming in the branch, you have to mention the position for the ketone group. Okay. So can you tell the name for this one? What will be the name of this one? How many carbons are there? 5 carbons. So 5 carbons means it is pent. Single bond means A. So ketone group is present. So one. So what is the position? 3. Number from this side and number from this side. If you number from this side, it is getting the number 3. If you number from this side also, it is getting the number 3. So pentan 3-one is the name of this compound. Okay. So what is the difference between these two things? See here ketone group is present. Yes or no? If you see this side, left side of the right side of the ketone group, only CH3 is present. Left side of the ketone group, CH2, CH3 is present. Here you see this side also CH2, CH3. This side also CH2, CH3. So if both the sides of the ketone group are same, we will call that ketone as symmetrical ketone. We will call that ketone as symmetrical ketone. Symmetrical means what? Even if you cut it, both the side will be looking like a mirror image. It will look like a mirror image. So those type of ketones are called as symmetrical ketones. Now tell me whether propanone is a symmetrical ketone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, because if you place a mirror, it will look exactly opposite. Okay, so propanone is a symmetrical ketone. Symmetrical ketone. What about butanone?
No,
Butanone is not symmetrical, so it is unsymmetrical ketone. It is unsymmetrical ketone. So understood ketone naming: alcohol, aldehyde, ketones, and the last naming is carboxylic acid. So carboxylic acid, it is COOH group. What is the structure? C double bond O, OH. This is the structure. Okay, and what is the suffix? Suffix is oic acid. Okay, this is the suffix. Suppose HCOOH. In carboxylic acid also carbon is present, so that carbon also you have to count when you name it. Okay, HCOOH. How many carbon is there? 1 carbon. So 1 carbon means it is single bond. So A. But for carboxylic acid, instead of E, what suffix I should add? OIC acid. So what is the name of this compound? Methanoic acid, or the other name for methanoic acid is formic acid. This formic acid only is present in insects. Okay. While naming ethanol, I forgot to tell the other name for ethanol. The other name for ethanol is acetaldehyde. The other name for ethanol is acetaldehyde. Please note it down. Okay. Methanol means formaldehyde. Ethanol means acetaldehyde. Okay. So the next one, the next carboxylic acid. So shall I rub this side? Next, CH3COOH. So how many carbons are there? 2 carbons. So 2 carbons means eth. No bond means it means that single bond is present. So ethane. Okay. So carboxylic acid. So OIC acid, ethanoic acid. Okay. So the other name for ethanoic acid is acetic acid. Okay, this acetic acid, it has a pungent smell, or if they ask you what is the smell of acetic acid, you should write it has the smell of vinegar. It has the smell of vinegar. Acetic acid has the smell of vinegar. It is used as preservative for pickles and all. Okay, so the most repeated question in carboxylic acid is you should draw the structure of pentanoic acid. What is the structure for pentanoic acid? Pent means how many carbons will come? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ane means everything single bond. Okay, oic acid means one carbon will change into COOH. So for the remaining 4 carbons, you have to fill the hydrogens. Here how many hydrogens will come? Only one bond is there, so 3 hydrogens. Here 2 bonds are there, so remaining 2 hydrogens. Here also 2 hydrogens, here also 2 hydrogens. Understood? For pentanoic acid, so we have completed. You can try for hexanoic acid if you want. Okay. So mostly in aldehyde, carboxylic acid and all, they will not give branched compounds as naming. Okay, they will not give branched ones as naming. Usually in alkene, alkene, alkyne or that branched compounds without functional groups only they will give branches. Okay, or in halogen group they may give branches, or alcohol group they may give branches. Okay. Okay. So the next one is we are going to study the naming of the cyclic compounds. Naming of the cyclic compounds. For cyclic compounds, I told you, you should use the prefix cyclo. You should use the prefix cyclo for the cyclic compounds. Okay. Now listen carefully. With one carbon, can I make a cyclic compound? No. With 2 carbons, can I make a cyclic compound? No. So cyclic compounds will start with minimum of 3 carbons. With 1 carbons or 2 carbons, we cannot make cyclic compounds. Okay. So always with 3 carbons only we can form the minimum cyclic compound. Okay. So with 3 compounds we can form, with 3 carbons we can form a cyclic compound like this. Okay. So each one represents a single bond. Okay. So here this carbon is having how many bonds? 2 bonds. So remaining 2 hydrogens will come. This carbon is having 2 bonds, so remaining 2 hydrogens. This carbon is having 2 bonds, so remaining 2 hydrogens. So totally how many carbons are there? 3 carbons. So 3 carbons means it is prop. What is the bond in between? Single bond. So propane, but this is a cyclic compound. Propane na how it will be you know, but this propane is in the cyclic form. So you should add the prefix cyclo. So the name of this compound is cyclopropane. If you write simply propane, it is wrong. Okay, it is cyclopropane. Okay, so this cyclopropane, instead of writing like this, I can also write it like this. I can also write it, draw this like this, like a triangle. Okay, so wherever there is bend, what it represents? Each bend represents a carbon atom. Each bend, it represents a carbon atom. So when you are in maths class, you should call this as a triangle. But when you are in science class, especially chemistry class, this is not triangle. What is the name of this? It is cyclopropane. So from tomorrow I will ask what is this. Nobody should say this is triangle. This is cyclopropane. Now what is this shape? Can you say?
Cyclo.
So no square, no rectangle. Okay, when it comes to chemistry, you should not say square rectangle. Each bend it represents a carbon. So totally how many carbons are there? 4 carbons. So 4 carbons means bute. So these sides it represents single bond. Single bond means it is in. Since it is a cyclic compound, it is cyclobutane. Understood? Clear? So what is the name of this one? Find out the name of this one and find out the name of this one. So 5 sides are there. Okay, 5 sides means pent, single bond means in pentane. But since this is in cyclic state, it is called as cyclopentane. Okay, it is called as cyclopentane. What about this one? 6 is there. So 6 means hexane. Okay. Why I am writing ane here? Because it is single bond. Okay. So single bond, so it is ane. Okay. So since it is in cyclic state, it is cyclohexane. Okay. Now what will be the name of this one? Can you see? Say. What will be the name of this one? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So hex. Okay. But one bond is double bond. So when it comes to single bond and double bond, we should give preference to double bond. So instead of ane, I will write ene, hexene. Okay, so since it is cyclic, I will write cyclohexene. So what will be the name of this one?
Butene. Butene.
Yes, cyclobutene. Understood how to name the compounds, cyclic compounds? This already I told you. This name. Can you? This already I have taught you. So can you tell me the name of this compound? What is the name and formula of this compound? I told you to remember. Yes, it is benzene. Okay, so what is the formula for benzene? C6H6. I think you know how to calculate the molecular formula and all. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.